Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to your video review for The Terminator, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator, Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor, and some guy who plays Kyle Reese that I've only ever really seen him in The Terminator. So, as always, I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the furry. To start off with the furry, there's some dogs in this movie, and they are very important dogs. They matter quite a bit, and they're important for the story. And I won't say they get a whole lot of screen time, but they are important. So watch the movie, let me know what you think about how important the dogs were in the comments down below. Moving on to the good and the bad. I'm going to start off with the bad. What I'm finding is that with a lot of action movies that were made in the mid-1980s is that the audio quality is just not up to par with what I'm used to with movies nowadays. And I find it a little bit distracting sometimes because I have to turn up the volume really high and then other things come in higher, and it's just, so it's not great there. But all of the audio in terms of like the hits and the mouth movements and all that, that does line up. So if you're able to get over that, I think that you'll still enjoy this movie. The music in this movie was also really good. The Terminator theme that you'll note if you've heard it actually started in this movie. I didn't realize that. I thought it might have started in T2, but they just improved upon it in T2. And this one is where it started. Also, a lot of the iconic lines that Arnold Schwarzenegger has even brought in some of his other movies, had some of them started in this movie. So that was really fun to see kind of the genesis of those lines. Also, I thoroughly enjoyed the friendship between Sarah Connor and her friends. It felt like one of the most realistic friendships that I've ever seen on screen. Like, you've had the friendships where it's like, okay, you're just talking to each other to explain plot points so that we don't have narration. Gotcha, okay. And then there's ones where it's like, okay, I mean, that's decently realistic, sure, that's fine, that's passable, that's fine. But this one, every moment that they were on screen together or interacting or whatever, it all felt very, very natural. And I thoroughly enjoyed that. Getting to the meat and potatoes of this, it's an action movie, so there's a lot of chase sequences and you know, gunfire and action and everything else, and it was all done very, very well. I was impressed with what they were able to accomplish with the technology and probably budget of the time. That being said, there are a couple of janky looking scenes towards the end. It didn't ruin my overall enjoyment of it, and like, they were clearly trying to stay within the universe that they created, but I just think, you know, technology with where it was didn't quite measure up. Again, it didn't ruin my overall enjoyment of the film, but just prepare yourself for that. Also, something else you should prepare for is, I was a little confused for years, and maybe it's just because I forgot, but through some of the film, Arnold Schwarzenegger's character looks a little funky, and I couldn't figure out why he looked funky or exactly how, so I'm just going to tell you because I don't want you to miss it. His character at one point has to basically walk through a little bit of fire, and so that burns off the eyebrows of the character. So that's why he looks a little funky, and why that happened was he had to walk through some fire, burn the eyebrows. So, there you go. Don't be confused like I was. So, overall, I think you should watch it. I think you're going to have a good time. I do also think that you should watch all of the Terminator movies leading up to Dark Fate so that you can really appreciate, because the Terminator films, especially the ones with Arnold Schwarzenegger in them, really build on each other. And I think that it's good to see, you know, how some things got started in the universe that they set out, even in this first one. I'm going to be reviewing all of them in the lead up to Terminator Dark Fate. I won't be doing any more spoilery talk than I have in this one. That being said, for my review for Terminator 2, I will give probably some spoilers about Terminator 1. So watch Terminator 1 the movie before watching Terminator 2 my review. I won't be giving away a whole bunch of things about Terminator 2 in that review, but you get the idea. So, thanks for coming. Hope to see you at the next one. Bye!